Ugh. Y'all going excuse me. Swear last minute all this stuff wanna happen. Like damn. Now I gotta edit my stream title. Already had it. I want to forget it. Bear with me. Legitimately what I had. Copy it? I guess it's because of okay. Alright. Got a little pre-show action for you. Got to delve behind the scenes. What up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A Switch, aka Stoop Man Afraid to Leave His Stoop, aka I've not seen daylight since day has begun. That's deep. Think about that one. AKA don't cough on me. Bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sites. Episode 47 to be exact. Today's date is March 19th, 2020. And boy oh boy, we got you an episode today. Try not to adjust my mic. I said we got you an episode today. Boy, so much stuff is going on in the world right now. It is crazy. Obviously this pandemic came out of nowhere and it's changing everybody's lives, including mine. I guess I can bring that curtain around a little bit. So I've kind of mentioned it here and there, but basically my line of work when I'm not doing stuff like this is IT, and boy, these companies got their money worth. I'll tell you that much. Because obviously a lot of people are transitioning to work from home environments and stuff like that. So of course that incorporated a lot of us on IT. I'm assuming it's worldwide. A lot of people that maybe didn't have remote solutions definitely probably have them now, and at least people that already did this in advance or already had setups in advance are good too. So all in all, I think a lot of people are appreciating IT right now. IT is getting that work. I'm just saying. Job security, I guess, but hey, goodness. Just busy. Also, why I didn't get a chance to record like my regular time because of course, my damn luck. I'm on call the week this all this stuff is going down. So, yay me. Fun. But it's all good. Everything's getting ironed out. Slowly transitioning to however long this is gonna take. But hey, we gonna get through it. Good times. I forgot how that song went, but something like that. That's the general impression you get from the song, though. Um, yeah, man. Boy, yeah, a lot of interesting stories. So, without further ado, um, let's get into it. And before we actually do, I'm sorry for the dick tease. Um, if you don't know, this is Switches Sites, my gaming podcast where I talk about news and pretty much everything gaming related. Um, and that's pretty much it, with a little bit of maybe techie stuff in there occasionally also. So yeah, back on track. First, probably biggest news of the week. Finally, we're or at least Sony is starting to pull that veil back a little bit. So at least this last Wednesday, I believe, we got a pretty lengthy presentation. At least that was intentionally or originally meant for GDC, but ultimately didn't come up that way since obviously it got canceled due to this damn virus ruining everything. So yeah, so pretty much there was a GDC presentation for the PS5, but mainly it was specifically for just the architecture and the kind of the inner workings with the system. Didn't reveal the form factor or anything like that at all. They basically just talked about the system just from an operational and technical standpoint, which obviously would appeal mostly to the people attending GDC 2020. So it's a couple nitpicks with this. I think collectively a lot of people were very disappointed by this, but I'd say personally, it was cool. I mean, somebody being in IT, even though I like joked on Twitter about like I didn't know a damn thing what they said. I got the general gist of like majority of the technology and stuff like that. But I think for the traditional, more casual gamer or person that has a PS4, maybe curious about a PS5, or maybe thought that this was gonna be like, okay, here we go. All right, PS5. We're highly disappointed. I think pretty much collectively a lot of people were disappointed because I think how Sony presented this, they made it seem like it was going to be really like, boy, yeah, they going to show you everything with the PS5, which they did not. They just basically showed, they didn't even show any new games, no new potential games, just a lot of the older games, probably like Spider-Man was probably maybe the biggest notable demonstration to some extent, at least. Not even that, but just mentioning it in passing with a couple of other games like Jack 2, I believe, and stuff like that. So, yeah. On the good side, though, I did really find Mark Cerny's talking presentation skills just immaculate. That dude is so damn smart. Just listening to him, I just felt like I got like 5 IQ levels higher in my life, which was good. I appreciated it. It's a funny story too with Mark Cerny. I saw him actually in person at the Game Awards, but I was like, oh man, you ever know you know when you see somebody and it's like, boy, just knowing what all he's done, you just feel so less of a person. Like, man, I don't even think I can't even say hi to him. It's like we're on like 2 completely different levels of just knowledge, IQ, intelligence. Just, man, he just made me feel just dumb just by just presence. I mean, not to detract from myself. I do consider myself a pretty smart person, but man, listen to that dude talk. Just is you could just feel the immense intelligence. It's just great. But I digress. So, yeah, man. I mean, the presentation was pretty dry, I'd say, for like maybe the traditional gamer, if you will, that maybe isn't as interested in terms or follows up as much with the video game news and stuff. It was pretty bland, I'd say, for that person. For me personally, I did find it pretty fascinating. A lot of interesting aspects that they brought up. I guess I'm just going to touch on a few of those since, obviously it was a lot to divulge. But at least the first aspect was at least the confirmation of SSDs being the main pillar of the system, which is what a lot of the rumors were pointing towards as well. So with that, at least in terms of just how it's set up, you can tell it's like straight refined for SSD usage. I believe they're using NVMe in particular, which is much, at least the current smallest, at least as of now, technically, form factor for SSDs. So there is that, and then they're also saying that you can use off the market SSD, but it has to be specific specs. They didn't really specify necessarily like how that's gonna work. Like, can you actually get away with a lesser quality SSD and put it in and still, lose some functionality or kind of potential of what the system's capable of, but still technically use the system? Or is there going to be like a, what, that's a hard no, bruh. No, you ain't gonna work. As the PS5 would actually say, like, nah, bruh, you know what? No, it ain't working, bruh. I'm gonna need you to get your ass out. Disconnect your ass from, get this trash ass SSD out my face. Your PS5 just freaking insult you. Get your money up, all right? You tripping. Damn, you broke ass, all right? Damn. All right, you might as well just return me, because this some BS. You gonna pay what $600 for me, and then you gonna have the audacity to get a $20 NVMe. I don't even know how you get that. You got that from Wish.com. You got this goddamn AliExpress ass just getting insulted by your PS5. I don't know. I just wanted a great experience. Oh, that would be funny. Oh man. Somebody needs to make a skit of that. I guess I'm the only one. I'll have to do it at some point. How dare you? This is you how you gonna put a $20 NVMe SSD in me? Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. Just take me back to GameStop. I'm tired of you. That's gold right there. But aside from that, it technically from a I guess pure list hardware standpoint, it does somewhat lack slightly in performance against the Xbox One Series X. In terms of at least the buzzword going around, teraflops, having 10.2 compared to the 15, I want to say, or 12 with the Series X. But outside of that, everything else is generally the same, roughly. GDDR6, 16 gigabytes. Pretty much all that adds up. I'm not going to go over all the nitty gritty details because that's not what you came for, but pretty much roughly the same specs as the Series X. Another cool, interesting tidbit, though, that kind of, at least will separate it from the Series X is that it seems to be pushing a lot towards the audio effort, at least going by the presentation. Specifically with the 3D audio, or at least their key term or keyword is Tempest 3D Audio Tech. So basically, that's supposed to, it has a lot of weird intricacies to it, because at least the first notable one is that apparently you can customize it to your ear canal or ear make. That basically will make it, more pleasing, I guess in theory, more pleasing to your ear compared to maybe other or previous current consoles. I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. I think it is doing it in both multiple fronts. I think probably the most maybe marquee method is via headset or headphones. But at least from the presentation, you can do it, through your traditional sound system that most people have. I guess apparently your TV speakers. That's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna play out if it does. So I mean, there's some interesting stuff going on in that aspect. Um, so I think with this, they said that they're not gonna support Adobe Atmos, I believe. So I mean, it's definitely gonna be a huge selling point or just a very immense waste of time. Only time will tell to see which will it be. But I mean, they're dedicating I think a full on chip towards it, so it better be something. I'm just saying. So cool overall. They talked about, basically just the refinement of utilizing SSD as your source and things along those lines that essentially will like basically make loading times gone, so we won't even have to worry about loading times anymore. And then I guess in a weird way, Cerny was explaining that actually we'll actually have to maybe slow it down because it's so fast. I'm like, who would do that? Why would you do that when you could just load it instantly? But I guess he's probably speaking from a just raw power standpoint, where obviously, the traditional game that does come out is gonna, keep all that in mind. But I guess apparently it will be able to control throttling and clock speeds like variably, like on the fly, I guess depending on the publisher or developer. So that's pretty cool in that aspect of being able to kind of switch it up on how you see fit or not have one consistent rate for every single game, even if it doesn't demand it, which I think in turn might, just make the system more, long standing and, stand against the test of time. So all in all, looking real good. And I guess at least what they were trying to hit home, I guess trying to downplay the Series X presentation or news that came out earlier this week, which we will talk about as well. That basically, essentially they said, well, you can't really judge performance by teraflops. That's not the ultimate end all be all for that. There's a lot of elements that come to that will give you a much better improved experience. So I'm totally paraphrasing, but essentially that's kind of the gist of what I got from what he said. So basically just don't throw away the PS5 because it doesn't have as many teraflops as the Series X, at least from the details that we have currently. So yeah, all in all, yeah, just the main gripe with this presentation is that it was just very misrepresented and hyped up unnecessarily. But I mean, at the same time, it's like we haven't had any PS5 news for like months on end. So I mean, obviously a lot of us are kind of hankering for some news, some details, which this I think kind of satiated to some extent. But at the same time, it's like still don't know what it looks like, which is a big factor. I mean, Xbox Series X already showed us what their console looks like last year. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see kind of what comes of it all, but I mean, only time will tell. The clock is ticking either way. They're gonna show us that damn console at some point, sooner or later. I'm just saying. I want to see it. I want to see what it looks like. So ends up being a big deal though. PS5. You can do other stuff. You can play other games with it, huh? Just some weird creepy dude with his eyebrows just, huh? Yeah. Let me stop. At least talking on kind of some of the reception of the developers as well, even though obviously a lot of the developers are already developing for the system. Um, Man, that's crazy too, because well, I guess we found out after the fact, but we had that one confirmed game that is for sure PS5. I forgot what it's called. They showed it at the Xbox or the Game Awards during the Xbox's event, or no, maybe that was after the Series X reveal. It was one of the games that was showed at the Game Awards, but then it was found out to be for PS5 as well. But man, PlayStation, they are slipping right now. But yeah, at least some of the developers, you could tell like a lot of the developers are saying like it's a huge step up from trying to work around developing for it. So at least from a lot of people are saying that Hink's kind of compensating after the fact, like the last phase of the development process. Um, this is going to speed it up a ton because it's basically having to compensate for basically just the lack of not having a feature like that and having the capabilities of all that memory and data kind of at the fingertips rather than 15 minutes away and kind of having to compensate for that and try to figure something out to kind of do some trickery maybe to you as a player and things of that nature. So overall, man, next gen, I'm liking it. Speed, I'm liking it. The speedier, the better. I think that's really the kind of the only aspect we can kind of look at now, considering the gap between graphics is gonna be just lesser and lesser, and if anything more, at least not as notable with each new generation. So interesting stuff. Also, one aspect it was kind of somewhat ambiguous, more than likely intentionally. And the biggest question I think, or one of the bigger questions, was backwards compatibility for the PS5. So at least from what they said, as well as some of their blog, the PlayStation blog, they said they're at least going to be backwards compatible with PS4 and PS4 Pro games, but they said only the top 100 PS4 titles, which is it's just weird. Like they, at least from the presentation, they made it seem like that they had way more capability than just the top 100 PS4 titles, but it seems like that it's gonna be, they're still working those details out. At least according to their charts, they had PS5, PS4 Pro, PS4, but it was a pretty big notable space that looked pretty convenient for like PS3, PS2, and PS1. So I don't know. I guess they're maybe holding that for when they actually start showing the games, and who knows, maybe what the damn thing looks like. So it's still up in the air, I guess, but at least as of now, from what we know at the surface, Xbox definitely does have the lead in that aspect. So very weird, because you think natively it is compatible with PS4, but I don't know, man. I couldn't even tell you. A bit of a bummer, but I mean, hey, top 100 games. And what is that judged by? Or I guess ranked by playtime. Okay, so the top 100 PS4 titles ranked by playtime. So we're expecting almost all of them to be playable at launch on PS4. Even that, wow. So not even the top 100 titles, PS4 titles, will actually be playable. That they're still gonna be kind of rolling them out, I guess, kind of in the same manner as Xbox One, but I don't know. Xbox One was, it was somewhat roughly the same, but I don't know. There was a much more bigger library, I think, initially, and then we were getting some trickling out after that. So I don't know what's coming into play here. I'm guess maybe licensing, possibly. considering the current environment now with just how licensing's handled with a lot of IPs and stuff. I guess that would kind of make sense, but come on, give us that PS3 backwards compatibility, and you're gonna sell some hotcakes. Ooh, PS3 and PS2, goodness, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, boy, this console's gonna sell like hotcakes if we get that. I mean, to be honest, PS PS5 is probably gonna sell like crazy regardless. But let's refrain. Like it could be a Xbox One initial presentation type deal where they get too cocky, or like PS3 and like say, hey, we got the stuff, $600. That's what we asking. No more, no less. Well, maybe more. Actually, maybe more, but no less, no less. Nope, nope, nope. We want to ensure that you get the best experience. So, yeah, we might charge more than 600, but no less. Nope. Nope. So, slightly disappointing, but there's still hope for PS3, PS2, PS1 compatibility, which would be immaculate, sensational, even. So yeah, I think that was generally roughly the gist of the PS5. Hopefully, yeah, they really start shaping up closer to the release of it. Because man, yeah, they got their work cut out ahead of them. But at the same time, I don't know. Sony still has that just like very down low presence about them that's kind of working in their favor so far, where it's a lot of mystery that in turn is spiking interest, which I think is and I've talked about it before, where it's kind of working in its favor regardless, especially now that they've pretty much beat this generation in consoles as well. So keeping in line with console next gen news, of course, at the same time, Xbox Series X had a big plethora of information drop this week as well. A lot of YouTube videos, Digital Foundry, Sean Evans, not Sean Evans, Sean Austin. This is Austin. You know what I'm talking about. The one tech dude with the glasses that, look like a buff nerd dude. You know what I'm talking about. Don't you? You know what I'm talking about. And, many more outlets and news outlets and stuff. Basically, they got some hands-on time with the Xbox Series X, at least according to the videos. I guess particularly Digital Foundry I'm referring to. They basically seems like they went to Xbox's headquarters and basically got to dissect the whole Series X and like kind of rebuild it together, at least from what I saw, as well as play some of the games, or play at least the beta build of the console. It seems obviously to still be the Xbox One operating system to some extent, but I guess kind of giving us somewhat of an impression of what at least the power of the console will be like. So, at least for example, they showed some gameplay footage of, using one of their big touted features of actually having a legitimate suspend feature that isn't like just broken and just causes more problems than it's worth with like the current generation consoles. At least specifically Xbox. I think PlayStation is more viable and usable than the Xbox One, but at least now they just not gonna sell you short, like, oh hey, yeah, we got we got suspend, right? But then when you use suspend, I'm like, all right, now I can't, my game is running like 20%. Okay, now, all right, nobody nobody loading in the map. All right, okay, this all right, suspend, I guess. So at least from what they showed, it seemed to be straight legit, where they like were switching between like I think 3 to 4 games. I think they showed State of Decay 2. I want to say Ori and the Blind Forest. I want to say no, I think Minecraft. I think that was it. I want to say that was it, just the three. But out of all of them, I don't know, man. It just seems too good to be true. Yeah, I'm gonna be high suspension of belief in terms of, definitely believe when I see it, because I don't know, that just seems, I mean, the technology is there, but that just seems too good to be true. And then on top of that, all they did show was, obviously, the current Xbox One games or Xbox One X games, none of the Series X titles as well. I think Hellblade, yeah, Hellblade was the fourth game I think they showed as well. So they were able to swap between all four of them pretty seamlessly. I think it was like roughly 4 to 10 seconds between, which was way better than at least the current environment. So, I mean, it's a pretty good sign, but I mean, how legitimate that sign's gonna be, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they making it, they beefing it up to be pretty legit, but again, I'll believe what I see, especially with, the that respective gen's titles coming out as well, and how it's gonna handle it. But I mean, on paper, is there, but will it actually deliver? That's kind of it's the question of the day, I say. But I think we did get some confirmation, specifically in terms of the type of card that's going to be used, or the expandable storage. So at least what they showed is that basically that slot that we talked about that actually was rumored is actually legit. It actually is meant for expanded storage. So it seems like they're toting the console is going to be 1 terabyte, but then you can also plug in what looks like just straight up a legitimate memory card. But that is crazy to see how we've come in terms of technology. But man, like 1 terabyte in a damn memory card, that is kind of that's hard to believe, man. That's hard to believe. But yeah, at least how they're toting it to be. Basically, if you want some expandable storage, at least from what they're saying, it's starting off with 1 terabyte. But I'm pretty sure down the line, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 terabytes, you can probably get away with. But yeah, you just pop it in like any memory card, and then basically you can capitalize off that data. You can, any of the games you installed on it will remain on there, and then you can also, if you're going to a friend's house, pop it out, then pop it in there, and then you can utilize that data from that card as well, which is pretty cool. It looks sleek, looks appealing, but boy, that is going to be expensive as hell. But on the good side too, which I don't know, maybe it's so trivial. I mean, especially with computers and stuff, but man, just now knowing that you can still use the traditional external hard drives, but you have to, at least specifically for Series X, you can't play on the hard drives, but you can at least store them on there, so you can like copy them and store them to the hard drive, and then move it back if you plan on playing whatever current gen game that comes out after that. So I don't know why, but that just seemed so fascinating to me, just so cool, like a big selling point for some reason. But I guess because I see it like you're gonna run into that situation often, especially considering how big in terms of storage the games are gonna be. I mean, obviously it's a damn given. It's a damn given, man. But yeah, all in all, I think it's shaping up to be really good. And then for the lower the Xbox One games, it's still gonna be traditional though. So you could technically play off the external hard drive of those games on the external hard drive directly. Just when it comes to the Series X, that's when you're gonna have the issues. So, I mean, all in all, shut up, Siri. Shut up. Okay. So, um, all in all, I don't know. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking real good. Looking real nice. I'm just saying. This generation. It's looking great. It's looking great. I think is what we wanted. I think it's what we wanted and everything. But yeah, I don't know. It's shaping up to be a pretty legitimate head-on-head battle between both. It's gonna be pretty damn interesting to see kind of how it plays out on both ends. Um, but only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. So that covers that. And boy, man, I don't know if I'm ready for this. For goodness. I can't even. I'm not even sure how to even come about this because it's hard to fathom, but it's really hard to envision the reality of it all. But there was a picture that was revealed online, at least a specific link that says Sega Shiro, but the iconography you cannot like ignore because it's a legitimate picture with Sega, and then you got a 6, and then you got I mean, you could pretty much take it as Akira from Virtua Fighter. I mean, it looks like a young Akira from Virtua Fighter. So I mean, you put that together, I mean, Virtua Fighter 5 already came out a long time ago, so I mean, you add 2 plus 2 and you divide that. I mean, you can't deny what this is. So I'm just saying, the odds seem to be pretty high. So I mean, I'm just saying, it's like I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, it's like in plain daylight. I mean, the dude, he got a glint on his shoulder at the same time too. So, I mean, how does this work out? I'm I'm just saying, how does this play out? I guess a lot of people are saying it's Sagata Sanshiro, who I think he was like a big mascot. I mean, against the stereotypical mascot. He was like a legitimate human character for like the Sega Saturn. I guess it could be him, but I mean, I don't think Sega want to play with people's hearts like that and like have a 6 and somebody that looks a lot like Akira from the Virtua Fighter series. That's hard to kind of ignore. It really is. I'm just saying. So, and then it's in Japanese, but the translation at least translates to 6 more days to birth. Like what does that? That I don't know, man. That's hard to kind of ignore. I'm just saying. It could totally not be, I guess, but that's good. That's a lot to mislead on, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Take it at the surface, but I mean, at least what I'm thinking, Virtual Fighter 6, pretty cool. But I mean, considering the environment now, the damn coronavirus, I don't know. I think a lot of that's gonna be delayed and stuff, but only time will tell, man. So moving on. Next topic. Let's see. So I mean, I guess this breaking news flash, breaking news. GameStop, being GameStop. Apparently, during this time where everybody is kind of forced to be in quarantine and to avoid any contact and quote unquote social distancing. Um, Apparently GameStop was like, you know what? We don't give a damn. All right, we trying to thrive right now. All right, we on the verge of getting shut down. So hey, we gotta make this money. Everybody in their homes, they gonna be wanting to play some games. So you know what? Nobody getting off. Everybody working right now. All right. So what we going? What you gonna do about that? Are you gonna work or we gonna fire your ass? Is that which way do you want it? So as you could tell, probably a GameStop is not so much. So apparently they are forcing employees to work during these conditions. Obviously, I guess they're toting the reason is that it's quote unquote essential retail. So I guess apparently in this day and age, I mean it's 2020 and all, video games are essential. I mean, I'm not going to disagree, but at the same time, no, no, that's no, I don't think it works like that. I think there are more essential things that are needed in video games. I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, I mean, this is a podcast about video games, mind you. So, I mean, but yeah, video games are not essential. Just saying. Very, very highly praised and regarded, sure, but essential? Nah, not essential. I can't, if I needed to save my life, and I don't think there's ever been a scenario where, oh man, you're gonna die of cancer, man. If you get to level 10 on Devil May Cry, you might be saved. No, I don't think so. No, you probably won't hear a scenario like that. So, I don't know where Reggie Fils-Aimé is at in the chain of getting this company back in shape, but yeah, that needs to happen quick. Whoever set this damn command, they need to get somebody need to send somebody to no, I can't say that. That's biological terrorism. But I'm just saying, like, hey, what if some random bystander coughed on the president? I'm just saying. I'm just saying the president of GameStop. I don't wish no ill will or anything, but I'm saying, wouldn't that probably change his perspective a bit? Like, oh, oh, somebody coughed on me. All right, I'm tired. All right, okay, everybody can go home paid. I'm sorry, I didn't. I mean, okay, my whole world was different, but now it's changed since I've been coughed on. Some random somebody coughed on me. All right, no, wow, no, this is serious right now. I'm tired of it all. In an ideal world, but let's be realistic. I don't. He probably swimming in millions right now. Let's be honest. But yeah, GameStop being GameStop, unfortunately, that is so messed up, man. I mean, they already take enough as is with I hate to say it, but you got some of the gamer stereotypes that are like just complete utter assholes. That yeah, man, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Hopefully something will change. I'm hoping. I mean, I don't want to call it like that, but I'm just saying, one cough on the CEO of GameStop is all it's gonna take. Some little kid. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. He just called. All right. You know what? It's over. All right. Everybody, let's go home. Let's go home. He coughed on me. I don't like it. He coughed on me. Next in news, Overwatch. Boy, it's been a minute, but they did release a new hero, Echo. not officially, but in the PTR. I th- I think for consoles as well. I'm not sure. I think with the regulations for consoles and releasing patches and updates, I think Echo is going to be pushed back at least for consoles. But I know in the PTR, I think for PC at least, or maybe she is, because I know Blizzard released the PTR, or I forgot they called it something different for the consoles, but maybe she's just PC. I think she's just PC for now, but basically, at least she's out to kind of play with. And boy, man, I saw some of the videos, your Overwatch and the developer update and stuff. Boy, she is looking kind of a little broken, a little bit on the broken side. She seems to have a lot at her arsenal. She can like combo a lot of her moves and attacks, which are just seem to be very scalable and just like that's just a problem. She is probably gonna get nerfed hard as hell, I'm assuming. But yeah, she and then not even mentioning just the three moves that just are capable of a lot of damage. But on top of that, she can copy a hero and basically get like they said some ridiculous amount, like a 650 percent recharge rate. So basically, you can spam the hell out of somebody's ult, especially if they their ult is pretty quick to charge up within a 15-second time frame. And then on top of that, you're invincible, so you don't die while you're in that state for 15 seconds. That just sounds, at least on paper, that sounds straight up broken. But I guess that's the reason why, they want to release it in the PTR first to kind of iron all the kinks out of her. But boy, I think, even the analysts were talking about it too, but just all of those moves and capabilities that are arsenal. And I didn't even mention she can fucking fly on top of all that too. So it's like all those that are arsenal. I don't know, man. She seems to be pretty damn strong. Might dominate the DPS role at least. Boy, yeah, and that's what we need right now, man. The DPS queue is gonna be blown. Ain't nobody gonna be DPS. Just, them queue times gonna be extra long right now. You better like playing tank or healer, cause if you trying to be a DPS, it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute for you. Yeah, man. She looks cool though. I mean, she's welcome, but obviously she's gonna break everything and break the meta. But I mean, that's kind of I say for all the heroes that have come out so far, I think that's it's always a selling point of Overwatch. I think just kind of livening the game up, freshening it up every now and then, kind of mixing it up and stuff. I think that's always appreciated. Kind of keeps the game fresh and interesting, So all in all, man, boy, that is a lot of Jesus. Yeah, she is gonna be a problem, man. She is gonna be a problem. Moving on though, in and just fucking up everything news. Apparently, boy, we just can't have anything. I'm just saying. Potentially, keyword potentially, I guess, depending. Your mileage may vary depending on where you live. Physical copies of Final Fantasy VII Remake might be delayed due to the pandemic. So, Final Fantasy Remake Twitter revealed some information. They essentially said, hey, I know we had all these setbacks. I mean, hey, we started in 2015. After 2015, we kept getting set back again. But damn, you know what? I'm sorry to say it again. I mean, we had to push stuff back a month later too, but okay, I mean, don't be mad, but damn, I don't even know how to say this, but we not we might not be able to produce boy, this is tough to say. I don't know if we won't be able to release potentially copies of Final Fantasy VII. Due to the COVID. So yeah, you could buy it again on digitally though if you want it. I mean, So I mean, it's understandable. I was completely paraphrasing because I did not do it justice, but I mean, uh, it's unfortunate. A lot of people that wanted that physical steel book uh might not get it. I guess, but they said it depends on where you're at. I'm not sure what is affected or who is affected necessarily, but I mean, at least they just set it out there. They at least set the tone. They at least prepared you for the worst either way. So it's like at worst you can probably still get it on release on digital, but I mean, plus one for the digital folks. But I mean, that game is just so great on physical though. I mean, just it's 5 years, and I mean, it's not even probably done yet, but still, ah, kind of sucks. But I mean, I think this is gonna be the start of potentially. I mean, depending on what happens of this pandemic, but it's like, I mean, obviously, potentially a lot of other stuff is gonna be affected as well. So it's even harder to say or kind of judge what just the impact this is gonna have. I mean, in the future. I mean, on the good side, I know China is kind of shaping up, doing much better in terms of getting ridding itself of the pandemic. But I mean, they are just Asia is just always so immaculate in terms of just being organized and clean and just being able to, get this stuff hashed out. I saw a picture of them riding horses. Man, they just so cool. I'm sorry. I just had to acknowledge that. But uh, hopefully, I mean, this is around the same time as Resident Evil as well. So it's like, will that be affected as well? I mean, is it gonna affect May? Oh, it's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a little bit. Um, I mean, this is just sad news for me personally, being a fan. But Kyle Bossman of Easy Allies fame, previously game trailers as well, is leaving Easy Allies. Oh, this one hurt. I mean, okay, you got Kobe Bryant, you got the COVID-19 now this, and I'm like, okay, what more can go wrong in the world? But I mean, I mean, I was a big fan of him, and in terms of just following him through the early days in terms of growing up and stuff. So it's crazy to see him leave, especially kind of kickstarting this whole initiative of Easy Allies and stuff like that. So just as a fan and even an inspiration to do a lot of stuff too, it is gonna be sad because he just felt so integral to the DNA of the company Easy A. So appreciate you, but man, that kind of sucks. But I mean, seems like he's moving on to bigger and better things in general. I mean, outside of it seems like he's going outside of media, but who knows? Who knows? Um, the Resident Evil 3 demo finally dropped. I think yesterday, no, today technically. But if you were pretty savvy, at least with Xbox, you could get you could download the New Zealand version, but then it would still count as the US version, so you could technically play it earlier, which I did. Which I guess we'll talk about. We'll reserve that for the end, but yeah, man. So I mean, if you haven't, you can. I think you can download Resistance too, but the beta doesn't start until the 27th. So you could just download it and ogle at it. All the characters, and it's wannabe ass Wesker, but he ain't Wesker because he's a bitch. So there's that if you want it. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna wait. I'm wait till the end to kind of divulge And I know we talked about this last episode, but specifically uh Silent Hills. Um, we heard a little bit about it, but it seems like with some more sources, kind of add more credibility to it. It's seeming to be a little bit more solidified. So, apparently, it is shaping up. I'm just saying that it's hard to kind of fathom that they were able to kind of bring a game back that was straight up canceled, but it's looking pretty likely that apparently PlayStation, or at least at a point in time, were trying to buy the licenses for Castlevania, Silent Hill, and Metal Gear. So it's probably gonna, more than likely, probably gonna be some like, Marvel, Disney Marvel deal, or no, Fox and Marvel deal, where they, have a partner, a split, partnership, and then Sony probably has the exclusivity, if at least timed for maybe a longer time than usual or something like that. And but man, just to see it come to light, and then apparently Hideo's gonna work, at least specifically on the Silent Hills game that was canceled, as well as the what was the other one? The a Metal Gear, of course. So that's gonna be crazy if that's true. Boy, yeah, that's gonna be like, what? What the hell? Is this even reality right now? But I mean, it could be a thing. It could be. That's hard to. I mean, it does add credibility to that, like that joke tweet we saw earlier from Kojima Productions, where it was just weird to all this mentioning of Silent Hill, and then you had the weird, just unusual wording of silent in the tweet on top of the pyramid on the pencil. Who has a pyramid pencil? I don't there ain't no pyramid pencil company I've ever heard of. So I mean, what is that? Okay? So I mean, you can't get more on the nose than that. I mean, Pyramid Head has to like be like in outside the window of the picture of the tweet or something, like to add more validity to it. Cause like Jesus, okay, but that is, I really want to believe it, but boy, I am putting a lot of salt on that, because man, that would be crazy if it was true. Goodness, man. We'll know, Bo. I don't know. So, kind of added to a little bit of the rumors we talked about last episode, I want to say, where there was the rumors about the Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 remaster with the multiplayer. Apparently, there was a couple other things in that. I want to say we talked about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but I know there was some more details for Black Ops that apparently it's not going to be Black Ops 5, or it's going to, I mean, technically, obviously, it's going to be Black Ops 5, but it might be actually a straight up reboot, kind of in the same vein as Modern Warfare. So, I guess I could believe it, but I don't know. Considering just the lack of time they had compared to, the traditional 3-year cycle with the other games, it's kind of hard to. I mean, it's possible. I guess. It's time to reboot it, but it's just very hard to kind of make out in terms of when these are going to release, because they're all like bundled up, you know. So I don't know, man. It's weird. But apparently they're gonna be doing a Crash Bandicoot 4. I mean, I guess that just, and then a PvP Crash game. I mean, sure, yeah, I guess. Uh, Again, grain of salt, but who knows? Who knows? Just wanted to put it out there either way. We'll see in due time though. But I mean, they'd be cool. I mean, I'm not sure about this Tony Hawk, but considering the track record, but I don't know, man. Moving on. In terms of like, It's just the most like you really can't make this mess up news. Apparently, this this girl in porn, I guess, who's I think it was this. I think how it got leaked, it was because it was this dude that's like, I guess, a big up in the big higher up in the gaming industry to some extent. I guess goes to this girl exclusively for services to some extent. I'm assuming. Apparently, this is the weirdest shit ever that it somehow convolutedly in news came to be that the first details of E3 being canceled was this this girl from Hot Girl Videos plus 18 only. It's like, no, I don't believe you. I don't believe Hot Girl Videos 18 wouldn't really. That's not the first person I'd say. Yep. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, E3 is canceled. Yeah, they totally know that. But apparently she was right and she has some credibility, which is just that's just funny in of itself to me. But yeah, yeah. So apparently this girl got some more details. Apparently too. There's gonna be a direct next week. So, of course, Hot Girl 18. We obviously she got some credibility in the game. So I mean, we obviously gotta give her some credit. So she, I can't even like keep a straight face because it's just, this is just it's stupid and funny at the same time because of just the dynamics of it all. But oh boy, Jesus. So I really cannot keep a straight face with this, but she claims let me get my lip. Apparently she claims that there's going to be a direct next week with Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid. And boy, if all this becomes to be true, I'm like, oh boy, man, this Hot Girl Videos 18 only. Man, she is a credible source. We gotta respect her. We gotta respect her in this game. That's it's gonna be hard to fathom, hard to kind of boy, yeah. Of all the people in the world, Hot Girl Video 69 revealed that there will be a direct next week with Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid. Our credible source, Hot Girl Video 69. You know it. Boy, I mean, but I gotta give it credit, boy. Just the absurdity of this is very entertaining. So, boy, that kind of makes my day when you think about it. hey guys, I'm just telling you. Take it from me, Hot Girl Video 69. Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid, Nintendo Direct next week. That's all I'm gonna say. Then she just walks away. I'm like, why is she half naked? What? Okay. All right. She apparently knows this. How? Okay. But check out my OnlyFans. Yeah. Please subscribe. All that. That's just just the absurdity of it all is it's just weird and funny at the same time. But hey. That's what it is, I guess. Of course, it's about the time for the MPDs of February. Boy, I don't know about you, but man, just these damn stats are fascinating to me. Just seeing what actually sells to the masses at the end of the day. I don't know, man. This is crazily fascinating. So for all platforms, I guess we'll dabble around at least some that stand out. But first and foremost, I think it's been sticking to it pretty long. I want to say Modern Warfare #1, #2 NBA 2K20. People still freaking buying Grand Theft Auto 5 at #3. That is, I don't who does not have the game by now. Okay. #4, Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot. That's crazy. #5, Tom Clancy's Division 2. #5, Yeah, all of them. Top five at least. So we'll do the wrong the fast fire at least. Mario Kart 8 6, Ring Fit Adventure 7. I know that's picking up like crazy now, especially with the quarantine. Everybody can't. All the gyms closed now. It's like, all right, now we don't got no other option. Let's try this Ring Fit Adventure out though. Madden NFL 20, Smash Ultimate number 9, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order number 10, Minecraft 11, Luigi's Mansion 3 at 12, Red Dead Redemption 2 at 13, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 14, Pokemon Sword, the best Pokemon at 15, Just Dance 2020 16, FIFA 2017, Six Siege 18, E for Speed Heat at 19, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe 20. For Xbox One, Modern Warfare, NBA 2K20, Division 2, Madden NFL 20, GTA 5, at least the top 5. Everything else looks pretty much the same as the overall top or multi-platform. PlayStation 4, Modern Warfare, NBA, Grand Theft Auto, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and Madden NFL. Oh, Dreams. Surprise Dreams is at number 8. I thought that would be higher because I know that's been like, I guess it's maybe somewhat of a niche audience because it's like kind of like in the lines of Mario Maker, but I think that's probably might lead to why it's kind of in that spot because I know, at least me personally, it's like that's interesting, like playing a lot of stuff that other people create, but I don't know if I in particular want to create that myself though. So it's like, I don't know. So maybe at some point, I know people making all types of games like freaking Metal Gear. Somebody may try to make Avatar. Just straight up senseless stuff. Boy, it was something that was just so damn dumb. It was something about making some damn eggs. And that was it. You just look at the eggs and watch them jiggle. That's it. That's the game. But it seems like it definitely has a lot of potential with more time that people kind of deviate off what other people make, which is a thing you can do. You can kind of like at least take some of the work that somebody does. I think there's some system to kind of regulate that though, so that it doesn't necessarily kind of you plagiarize somebody else's work or something like that. So I think they're going about it in a good way, but I think the biggest kind of downside I think that's prevent a lot of people from trying it out is that like it seems like it's a game just made of course for like mouse and keyboard, and I think for that to use a controller only with this type of game, that seems to be very limiting in like a lot of ways, but who knows. But it is good at least to see it break the top 10 because seems like that was, I don't know, it felt like it could go either way with that, but I mean, hey, at least number 8 is not number 20, so I mean, for what that's worth, you know. Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart 8, Ring Fit Adventure, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Luigi's Mansion 3, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 5. Nothing really unusual. That's somewhat expected. I thought Pokemon would be higher, but it is higher than Shield at number 10 though. So, I mean, that's what matters, obviously. And best selling of 2020 overall so far, Kakarot actually number 1, beating Call of Duty at number 2, 2K23, Grand Theft Auto 4, and Madden at 20, NFL 20 at 5. So, all platforms past 12 months, Modern Warfare, 2K20, Madden NFL, Borderlands, that's interesting, Mortal Kombat 11, and pretty much everything else is pretty expected. So, all in all, pretty interesting though. I mean, more or less the same. Nothing really surprising as compared to at least last month, but cool stuff. Well, I mean, I apparently, I guess that's what you can only take from this. Like, man, people are still just buying Grand Theft Auto 5, I guess, for whatever reason. But just everybody and they damn baby that isn't even able to play the game yet probably has Grand Theft Auto 5 by now. Because it's like, who doesn't have that already? Maybe just people are just so mad that people are just mad that 6 isn't out. They're just like rage buying it. 6 isn't out. I'm a rage buy this. I don't want. Grand Theft Auto 6 needs to come out already. Something like that. I don't know. So I think that covers all of the news topics today. So I guess let's get to what I've been playing. I mean, do I really have to tell you already? Do I really have to tell you? You already know. Modern Warfare, man. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy ride. And I'm loving every second of it. So I've been pretty much playing Battle Royale pretty much all of since last episode, basically. It's so damn frustrating because it's like I've been getting a lot of like number 2, number 5, number 6, but never a goddamn chicken dinner. Or I guess, well, yeah, it's still a chicken dinner. I mean, it's Battle Royale still, but man, it is just disheartening, man. It really is. But it's weird. I feel this weird urge to keep going on, keep persisting. Compared to other Battle Royale games, at least for the other ones, I just was like, I just don't feel the urge to keep going. But I guess because I think felt like that's always been my gripe with Battle Royale games is that they don't, there's too much randomness to it, where I would have liked a little bit more, I guess, somewhat of a control to it, like to your destiny to some extent in terms of it, which I feel like this mode does, because it seems to be more there seems to be more importance on economy in terms of the game each match than, oh shoot, I got this lucky gun, now I can kill everybody, which is definitely an aspect I do like a lot about this mode, is that it's just more emphasis on skill than luck. But it's not like it's completely stripped of luck. There's still that component in there as well, where you might get lucky and get like a loadout drop that does drop sometimes, and you get that, and then okay, all right, I'm good. But overall, I feel like it's not a matter of being mismatched or kind of being like okay, I have no chance of fighting this person. But a lot of the times, more often than not, I feel like I at least stand some type of chance against this person, rather than like, okay, he has like fucking level 20 armor and I got like level -1. All right, I'm just gonna die. But it's just that in combination with them comeback mechanics, man. It's like, you die once over like some dude that was just like, camping, waiting for the moment. And then you're like, well, all right, that's just how I'm going to die. But just the fact that you can go to the gulag, you get a chance to come back. Like, okay, I got this one chance that I could come back if I kill this dude. But if I don't, it's like, okay, all right, I could take that. I had 2 chances and I died. Okay, I deserve to lose that. But just that whole dynamic, I think, is just kind of pretty much ingenious, man. It really is. And then, so now, solos came out this week, specifically. So I've been playing that now that I feel like I can control things more and I don't get like decimated by a 3-man team. I've been finding myself to have a lot more success in that route. I've been very like torn in terms of like my approach of how I should go about each match, but at least it seems like the most consistent in terms of success for me is just to kind of drop outside of the circle and then try to loot as much as I can, and then try to go towards towards the circle, or kind of, I think the term everybody uses is like ride the gas, at least specifically with this game, where the odds are nobody's going to be behind you running from the gas, because it's, you have a very limited time in terms of being able to be in the gas to begin with. But just kind of balancing that line of being in the gas but not being out of it, if that makes sense. So I mean, all in all, I've just been getting frustrated, but it's like, it's that like kind of good frustration where it's like, I want to keep getting better at it. So I've been I've been nerding out over it, like watching all these YouTube videos, trying to get some insight on, maybe is it am I doing this wrong? What's the meta of this game? I don't know, but I swear it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get a damn chicken dinner. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. I'm claiming it. I'm owning it right now. That's I've yet. I hate to say this and admit it, but I've yet to get a chicken dinner in a battle royale game, and that's at least my goal. Just to get one, just one. That's it. I mean, I might get addicted after that, but that's my main goal. I don't know. It's just some weird, pride thing, I guess. I don't know, but that's my goal. That's what I'm striving for. That's at least what I ideally want to get. So overall, solos is pretty cool though. I mean, it's basically essentially just like trios, but solo. So I mean, people instantly die if you kill them, and instead of waiting for them to revive and stuff like that. There's nothing really drastically different I can really recall. Everything's essentially the same. It's just solos, which for me is definitely great. I find myself almost winning a lot more often than when I'm in teams, and you have a random dude you go with, and then they just drop out, like they get killed in a gulag, and they don't wait for me to revive them to come back in the game and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, okay, now you're kind of screwed. So now all that kind of interference is out. So it helps things be more kind of doable, if anything, So that's pretty much all of Modern Warfare. Of course, any opportunity I had to get my hands on it, I did, and I did last night. Resident Evil 3 demo. It's just great. It was great. So I played it in full last night. I didn't get to do another playthrough. I had to go to sleep, but boy, what I played is very promising, man. Very promising. It was just the sweet spot of a demo. I think it completed its job of being a demo. It didn't like undersell, oversell, anything like that. It just gave you just enough to like, all right, I gotta play the full game now. So I mean, you pretty much had everything. You basically got to explore a pretty reasonable amount of the city. Actually, I was pretty surprised. I thought, knowing Capcom, they'd be very kind of very discreet about it, and not give you as much of the world to explore like you would want to. But yeah, it was great. It was great. You got a full understanding of everything. You got to talk to Nikolai a little bit. You got to you got to smell Rodriguez's hair. It was good. I smelled that gel on his hair. It was great. It was real great. It was very great. It was great. So I mean, then I finally managed to get to the end, where of course Nemesis came up, and something told me he was going to, so I was like, you know what, let me try to do the same tactics of trying to get away from Mr. X. So I was like, you know what, let me make sure I got all my items that I need and have that in advance. And basically, at least in the demo, you like plug in the fire hose and whatever, and then he kind of comes in after, I guess, he detects you have one of the items, I'm assuming. So like, oh crap, and boy, he is just like what they taught him in the demo or in the trailers, because boy, he is persistent. He is fucking persistent. I'll tell you that, because he would not stop. I was like, you know what? All right, let me go the other way. He's like, no, you ain't. Oh, you trying to go this way? Nope, nope, no. And he just freaking just did the damn dash that he did before. Tried to drag my ass. Nope. All right, let me run. And then he did the one thing they were showing in the trailers. I'm not 100% sure what it does, but he basically like infects one of the zombies, and then they like I'm not sure what they are. They like a time bomb or something, but I didn't take enough time to figure that out. I just booked my ass to the damn fire hose and ended the demo basically. And boy, that damn trailer. Let me tell you, after that damn trailer they showed after you beat the demo, oh man, they it was it was so much to divulge from that demo alone. I mean, the trailer after the demo. Oh, I mean, first it seemed like they're getting to be a real good amount of fan service. Especially if you played RE2, for sure. First they showed Marvin Branagh to some extent. Don't know, because I know they on a couple of the demos they showed you going to the RPD. So obviously, since the game takes place before and after 2, I'm assuming to some extent you're gonna obviously interact with him. So that's cool in of itself. They showed Jill interacting with Kendo. So that obviously makes sense because they are obviously in contact during the or at least there's a lot of references towards him in the original games of Resident Evil. So it's a lot of potential good fan service, man. Really is. I'm pretty satisfied with what we got. I still got to play a little bit more. I'm probably going to play probably pretty much all the damn versions. I'm kind of disappointed. I think it might just be because of the demo, at least maybe specifically, weirdly, with the Xbox version that it seems to not be at full 60 frames per second like PS, well, not even the PS, but basically pretty much all the Resident Evil 2 remake games. So I think that's just a demo though. So I don't know. But yeah, man. So I'm satisfied, man. Pretty satisfied. I cannot wait. But yeah, that's pretty much all I think there is for this episode. Didn't really get anything else outside of that. But yeah. So a little bit of housekeeping. I did finally after 47 episodes of hey, I'm gonna do it, all right. I did manage to get all the previous podcasts up on YouTube specifically for anybody's convenience there. So yeah. So I'm not sure outside of that, but yeah, man. It's hard to say. But in terms of all the podcasts, they will be up shortly for your convenience on YouTube. So now that's going to be a workflow I'm going to try to figure out. But they're at least uploaded, and just a matter of getting everything proper in that respect. So outside of that, you can catch me every, ideally, I don't know now, but 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch TV/A-Switch. Also, like I said, on YouTube, catch me on youtube.com/A-Switch. I'm not sure. Well, at least the plan is to start uploading some of my older videos, which I never got a chance to. But we'll see. Outside of that, I can't think of anything else. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Oh yeah, if you have any questions you'd like to submit to the show, feel free to submit them at switchtv@gmail.com. Yeah, guys, until next time.